From Mario quite literally entering the multiverse to texture packs that are some of the best that I've ever seen so far, and also deluxe editions that could easily pass as official titles. The Nintendo modding scene is absolutely wild, probably one of the strongest communities out there, but the thing is, I rarely show it on this channel out of fear of my channel being deleted. To be clear, I'm not going to be breaking any copyright laws. Everything Showcase requires that you own a legal copy of the game. With that being said, for the first time in the channel, we're going to be diving down into the rabbit hole that is the Nintendo modding scene and seeing what it has to offer. Starting with this one, Animal Crossing City Folk Deluxe. This is one of the many ROM hacks that essentially gives you a fan-made deluxe or definitive edition of a Nintendo game. And if you're coming into this completely unaware of them and what they do, you'd be surprised at just how stacked they are with features and content. Now, why did I pick Animal Crossing of all the franchises to explore here? Well, the reason is quite simple. I've always wanted to come back and revisit old Animal Crossing, but I knew I would just be upset at the lack of modern comfort features that the new ones have. But with this, now I can get widescreen, super smooth frame rates, and of course a gigantic amount of new stuff. Honestly, I knew that I was in for a good time the moment that I saw that the feature list is over 50 lines long. If you're unaware why this is so cool to me over, just playing New Horizons, it's mainly due to the art style and tone. Animal Crossing Wild World on the DS was my first game, and this, alongside the original GameCube release, is just very different from the new ones. It almost carries this mysterious undertone that I love so much. To be honest, City Folk isn't as harsh as these older games, but they aren't void of that funny, snarky tone either. There is a deluxe edition of the original game, which I did want to cover, but there's just not as much in that as it's still in alpha. There's also actually a decompile project that's fully complete, so hopefully down the road we can get a PC port. This deluxe edition, however, will more than suffice for now. It features a massive villager expansion with over 244 villagers across the entire series. It's also got restored and completely new content, and of course quality of life and modernizations here and there to make it more playable today. I combined this with a texture pack that I found online because this mod does not give you any updated textures. The link to that, as well as everything else, will be down in the description. This combination easily makes it the best possible way that I know to experience the older style of Animal Crossing. Because the texture pack was the last thing that I installed when I tried out this mod, it got me thinking what other texture packs are out there, and easily the texture packs here are some of the best that I've ever seen. Henriko's packs are definitely standouts. No matter how many times I've seen and tried out these packs over the years, they still manage to impress me every single time. This guy really knows how to remaster this style of game. I tried out his Luigi's Mansion pack a bit ago, and I was taken back at how nicely it was all packaged. What I mean by that is, it uses a portable version of Dolphin to make it practically plug and play. It's rare that a texture pack goes above and beyond just being a texture pack. This is a lot more than that. This Dolphin version that he provides you is filled with tons of little optimizations and settings to make the specific game run and look as best as possible. He's got packs that include Zelda games like Wind Waker, Ocarina of Time, Twilight Princess, and also Super Mario Sunshine, as well as 3D Land, Luigi's Mansion, Pikmin 1 and 2, even Wii Sports. Besides Luigi's Mansion, the other one that I tried was Super Mario Sunshine, and this I basically had the same reaction to. The thing that Nintendo modders are really good at is attention to detail, and that also just comes down to everything outside of the mod as well. The websites that these mods are held on, weirdly, are so well designed, and then getting the packs and playing them is just so straightforward and streamlined. I really appreciate the fact that a lot of them as well redesigned the game's logo just to make the title screen pop, and also hunting down original fonts for the UI and completely redrawing textures by hand. Now these are just texture packs at the end of the day, and they don't improve other aspects of the game, but I still did need to showcase them because even if I get one person to try out these, then it's fully worth it. These are amazing. Now though, we're going to get into mods that are far bigger in scope. We're talking about every single retro track from Super Mario Kart all the way up to Mario Kart 7, even some from Mario Kart 8, Tour, and Arcade GP, all crammed into Mario Kart Wii. If you're ever in the mood for some Mario Kart, this is basically your go-to place. You are covered on all fronts here. Besides porting a stupid amount of mods, there is also 80 all new original custom tracks, all of which can be easily accessed and even played online with hundreds of players thanks to something called Wheel Wizard. First and foremost, it streamlines getting the mod installed for you, and then it has a Mii editor so you can customize what your Mii looks like, and then a mod manager so you can basically install a ton of mods with a single click. Then it has a room and friends system in order to join others around the world. One thing that this won't do for you, unfortunately, though, is make you any good at Mario Kart. I'm absolutely trash at this game. This is many of sort of hybrid mods in this community because it basically wraps a bunch of different things into one. This is essentially a fan-made platform for Mario Kart rather than it is a single game anymore. If you want to play Mario Kart on PC, this is by far the best way to do so. It's really simple, but that's what's so great about it. Just gather a bunch of friends or play online with randoms and just experience tons of Mario Kart all in one place. Drifting away from fan projects that feel like they could be official work, Mario in the Multiverse would never ever be a real thing, and that's what's so cool about it. ROMhacking.com is chock full of hundreds of hours of well-made fan content, mostly for Mario 64. These are technically still just ROM hacks like the previous mods that were shown, but it definitely is more on the wackier side of things. This is where you're going to find crazy stuff like Mario Builder 64, which, as the name implies, is just a Super Mario 64 version of Super Mario Maker where you can play user-made levels or create your own. Or Mario wielding a shotgun, because I'm sure every fan would agree this is by far the most definitive way to play this game. Only Up 64 is a really good one if you feel like breaking your monitor, and just so much more that I can't cover in this video. Honestly, if you're into Super Mario 64 at all, this is the place to go because you're gonna have endless content. That's where we get to this one in particular, because this was a standout to me amongst the other ones that I found, because it's exactly the kind of crazy out there mods that I was looking for. Mario being sucked into the multiverse not only allows the authors to display their love for other franchises, but also opens up so many new gameplay mechanic possibilities, and I really love how they handled that freedom. You gather ability sets across different universes and equip them in a quick menu. These range from stuff like becoming a squid from Splatoon, phase shifting like Lilith from Borderlands, wielding the Doom shotgun, or rolling in a monkey ball from Monkey Ball. In total, 15 realities collide in this little game, from franchises like BioShock, The Walking Dead, and Crash Bandicoot. This one has so much content with over 120 stars to collect. Honestly, if there was a ROM hack to get you addicted to playing them, this would probably be the one. The mod is just so easy to get as well. Again, the Nintendo modding scene just streamlines everything, so easy for everyone to understand and play. If you go on the mods page, there is literally a play now button, and if you click it, it will tell you to get the parallel launcher. So you install the launcher, point it towards your Mario 64 ROM, and then press play now again, and that's basically it. The only thing that you have to watch out for is to make sure to tick the boxes before you go into a game, because by default for me, widescreen was unticked, so just make sure to tick widescreen before you click enter. Although everything we've looked at so far is really impressive, arguably the most impressive projects are recompilations. These things extend the game's lifetime 4 times over. With the quite recent advancements in the recomp tools for N64 as well as overall just better documentations, not only have there been many ports and many more in the works, but also some of these have full modding support, like Zelda64. This is one of those ones that I could easily spend 5 videos talking about it. There is so much effort and many steps that goes into this project, but to super simplify it, it's essentially taking that original code from the N64, decompiling it, and then recompiling it into a PC port that your PC can understand. This means no more emulation overhead, and it also means more control over the game. It's really simple to download and comes with its own intuitive launcher. I love the fact that this modding scene is obsessed with launchers because it just makes my life and everyone else's so much easier to play the game. Here you can do everything, change any settings to your liking, change the graphic settings, like any modern PC game. Also, here is where you install the mods. In future they're going to make it so you can actually get mods from this menu, but for now you have to go over to Thunderstore, download them, and then install them by pointing them to the zip file. Some that I'd recommend here are stuff like camera fixes, disabling draw distance, disable letterboxing, and you can't forget Neryl's HD pack. If you aren't aware of this one, then it is another one of those godly texture packs. There's no AI nonsense, it's just straight up remastering by hand. And honestly, some of the stuff that this guy has done to remaster this, stuff like remaking the map from scratch by using 3D overheads and then just painting it. I mean, the map alone just looks absolutely incredible. Going back to the recomp, it just plays like a dream on PC. It effortlessly displayed at my max refresh rate of 240Hz and also supports keyboard and mouse right out of the gate. It's beautiful to see such an old game run like this, and it just makes me more excited for the future of porting older games to PC via recompilation. So we explored ROM hacks that act like deluxe editions and could easily be official, and also ones that completely break reality. We also explored some of the best texture packs that I've ever seen around, and also a giant, ever-growing platform for playing Mario Kart online with friends. And of course, one of the many N64 recomps. This was my first time properly exploring mods for Nintendo games, and it's only made me more curious, so what did I miss? If you have anything to share, please let me know in the comments or on my Discord, and maybe I'll follow it up in a future video. If you're into seeing retro games get renewed, remastered, and remade by fans, then you're in the right spot, so consider subscribing and also turning on notifications so that you can stay tuned. Also, this video was in part brought to you by the channel's Patreons, who generously pledge each month to support what I do here. If you're interested, you can join from just £1 a month and gain access to stuff like exclusive Discord roles in the server, any future behind the scenes content, and early uploads and much more. Basically, anything that I have that's on the side ends up getting posted there. Anyway, if you'd love some free FPS in your games, or all of your retro games to break free from that dreaded 30 or 60 FPS cap without breaking anything at all, then you should find out just how to do that by watching this video. See you over there.